Hello moms, welcome back to the Mommy Mo Hair Care channel. This is your go-to space for expert guidance on how to care for your child's Afro-textured hair with ease and with confidence. Yep, I'm Olushola David Elegbede and I'm also known as Mommy Mo. I'm a certified hair practitioner and a children's hair care coach and specialist. Today we're tackling a big one, hair care myths. These are the things we've heard for years but may actually be holding us back from caring for our children's Afro-textured hair the right way. Now, I'll be busting 5 common myths today with real science and practical advice so you can actually make informed decisions about your child's hair care. Before we dive into our myth-busting session, please go ahead to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video from my channel. Let's start with one of the most common myths, that Afro-textured hair doesn't grow. So what exactly is the fact? The number one thing you need to keep in mind is if your child's fingernails are growing, if their toenails are growing, if their injuries are healing, then it is more than likely that hair is also growing out of your child's head, okay? All hair grows from the scalp at an average rate of about half an inch every month, regardless of the type of texture of hair. The issue with this myth is that what they actually mean is that Afro hair does not get longer, not that it is not growing. Let us learn to know the difference, all right? Now, so if indeed the myth is that Afro hair does not get longer, I can tell you for a fact that it is a very fat lie. As long as hair is growing out of the scalp, there is a potential for length. Now, why many moms don't achieve this is usually due to poor hair care and poor handling. You don't have a health-focused routine, the hair is always dry. Clearly, dry hair will find it difficult to retain length due to breakage. And then the way your child's Afro hair is handled is too aggressive and rough. If you want to see length, listen up. You need to reduce breakage by keeping the hair moisturized often. You need to detangle and groom gently, and you need to keep the hair in protective styles. You also need to keep the ends moisturized and trimmed occasionally. And of course, you should avoid over manipulation. Myth 2, natural hair is unmanageable. Ever heard this one? I hear moms say stuff like, it's just too much work to care for natural hair. It's so hard and stubborn. Stubborn. Can inanimate things be stubborn? Can your pen be stubborn or your paper be stubborn? Anyway, I digress. The fact is that Afro-textured hair isn't unmanageable. It just requires a different type of approach and a bit more information in your own knowledge bank. What will usually tend to cause frustration when handling natural hair are things like the lack of moisture, improper tools and harsh products, and wrong techniques. In fact, especially wrong techniques. So, how can you get more manageable natural hair? Well, here are a few pointers. To care for the hair properly, use the right detangling tools and leave-ins. These will usually help to soften your child's hair. Wash more frequently. Okay? Hydrated hair is usually more manageable because it is more flexible. Moisturize regularly. Work in sections as opposed to working with the entire head of hair at once. Now, this is just a recipe for disaster, especially in older children with more volume. All right. Also, learn to choose styles for your children that suit your lifestyle. Yes, your own, your time availability, your own, and your child's comfort. Myth 3, greasing or oiling the scalp makes the hair grow. I hear this so much that I'm convinced that people actually believe that it happens. Raise your hand if someone has told you to grease your child's scalp daily or to oil your child's scalp daily. Anyway, what is the fact? Hair growth begins in the follicle beneath the scalp, like inside the scalp. So usually, and I say this with caution, most things applied topically have little effect on promoting growth, on pushing out growth. Growth is a natural biological occurrence where human beings, so hair it should grow on our heads. Secondly, the scalp produces its own natural oil called sebum. So extra oiling is most of the time highly unnecessary. In fact, did you know that greasing the scalp with heavy oils or petroleum-based products can actually, first, throw the natural sebum production out of balance, then it can clog the pores, clog the follicles, lead to product buildup and flaking. Instead, what you should do is focus on maintaining a clean scalp by washing regularly. If you absolutely must oil your child's scalp because of a scalp issue, then you should use jojoba oil, which is not actually an oil but more of a wax, which helps regulate the sebum production of the scalp. As we say where I'm from, let the scalp breathe. Myth 4. Protective styles mean low or no maintenance. Like once your child's hair is braided, you don't need to touch it for weeks. I really need to find out where we got this one from, because it cannot be from a good or informed place. In fact, to me, this sounds like laziness disguised as hair care. You don't get to take a break from caring for your child's hair, even if it's in a protective style with or without synthetic extension. In fact, you need to watch my video on caring for your child's hair in braids if you're one of those who believes this myth. The link will be in the description box. The truth is that even with protective styles, braids, twists, whatever, the scalp and hair still need care. While in protective styles, you need to clean the scalp like every 1 to 2 weeks. Do 2 weeks, You need to lightly moisturize the hair every few days, and you should limit the style to 4 to 6 weeks maximum. Hair and extensions are not left out. You need to care for the extensions as though they're your child's real hair. Wash the scalp, moisturize and seal. That way, when you do take down the protective style, you don't end up with hair which broke in the style due to dryness, and the scalp will still be healthy. Now, this last one is one of my favorite, because I see moms actually do this all the time. Now, myth 5 is cutting my child's hair will make it grow faster. I hear statements like, the hair is not growing the way I would like, so let's chop it all off and it will grow back better and fuller. Now, this could not be farther from the truth. In fact, I've heard of moms who did cut off their baby's hair in the hopes of growing it back better, only for it to grow out the same way it was before it was chopped off. Moms, cutting hair doesn't change how fast it grows, doesn't change how full it grows. Hair growth happens at the root, not at the end or in the middle. If you understand that the hair you see on your child's head is dead, this is dead, then you will know that cutting it is of no consequence other than reducing length. The part that is alive is within the scalp, the follicle. Once hair is pushed out of the scalp, it is a dead fiber. A lot of the time, when a mom tells me that she wants to cut her child's hair to regrow it differently, I have to ask her to just please be patient. Be patient while instilling a health or a moisture focused routine. Be patient and keep your child's hair moisturized as much as you can. Be patient and allow neonatal hospital alopecia to pass. Be patient. We just seem to be in so much of a hurry these days, and truth be told, hair growth takes time. What cutting, or should I say trimming, will do for your child's hair is that it can help to get rid of split ends, it can prevent breakage, making it possible for your child's hair to get longer, and it can improve the overall appearance and the manageability. Will never make your child's hair to grow faster. Nothing like that is going to happen by cutting. To be honest, I think that last myth triggered me. Anyway, moms, there you have it. 5 common myths that you can now confidently walk away from and live in the permanent past. Remember, Afro-Textured hair is beautiful, it is versatile, and it is full of potential. It just needs the right care, the right techniques, the right mindset, and that starts with the right information. Let me know in the comments which of these myths you've heard before, or maybe you even believed and acted on. And if you want more help navigating your child's natural hair journey, be sure to check out the description box below for our hair care resources and links. All right. Now, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till I come your way again, please stay encouraged and keep nurturing that beautiful bond with your child through hair care. I love you, and bye-bye.